Hey guys, it's Sarah, back again with the laryngitis and the tonsillitis. So my voice is a bit funny, but we're gonna power through. Because I have a little kitty in my lap at the moment. For those who don't know, I am Sarah. I am 24 years old and I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome or hypermobility or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know at this point. Functional neurological disorder, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, potential borderline personality disorder, depression and anxiety. And all of those mean that I need carers. I had no idea you could have carers at my age. It was all shown as someone that like my grandma would have. I had no idea how it was set out. I had no idea about anything. And when I came out of hospital 2 years ago, they wouldn't let me out until I had care put in place because I was like, sometimes I don't eat all day because I can't move and so I can't get food, and then even if I have a bottle of water next to my bed, I don't drink it because then I need to go out to the toilet and I can't do that, and so I just lay there all day. Yeah. And they were like, maybe we should do something about that. So they got me set up, and now I have carers. At first, when I came out of hospital, I had sort of interim people who went, we can come to you anytime between 7:30 and 11:30 for breakfast. And I was like, that is a big time gap. And then they were like, and we can come anytime between like 12 and 2. And I was like, there is a small gap between breakfast and lunch sometimes. Because basically what they do is go, okay, we have these people, we'll just get to them when we can. See how, like, I have a 45-minute breakfast call and a 45-minute lunch call. So that was that. And then I got to the company I have now and they were like, yeah, we can give you set times, which is fantastic. So now I get up at 8 o'clock every morning and I have lunch at 1:40 every lunchtime, which is a bit late for me, but they couldn't really do anything else. I mean, it's been shuffled a couple of times, so it just got later and later. And if it gets any later than this, they may cry. But sometimes people are late, which is okay. They don't have any choice over that. Traffic, not enough time to drive between certain calls, or just that the person before needed that extra bit of help, which is fine. I can deal with that. What I can't deal with is when they change the time of my call and don't tell me. They changed my time yesterday from 12:40 till 1 o'clock, which means I took my meds in time for the time that I thought it was, and then I needed to eat food then and there. So my parents got me some food, and because we had no idea where the carers were, and by the time the carer showed up, because she was late as well because she wasn't given enough travel time, so she was there at 1:15, so I'd already like eaten my lunch and we were like, there's nothing for you to do. Very sorry. And she just had to go and like call the office and be like, what the hell, people? So that's really annoying. Sometimes it's, yeah. Something I had to get over is being naked in front of people. I now don't care. I have so many different carers coming in and out, different ages, some a couple of years younger than me, some that are like older than my parents, any sort of ages I've had. And sometimes I need their help getting washed, sometimes I don't, but I need them in the room in case suddenly I can't move my arms or something. And then I'm like, help me. So I've just had to get used to getting changed in front of them and being completely stalkers in front of strangers sometimes. Sometimes people will come for the first time and I will just have to get naked in front of them. Obviously they don't stare at me, they're not weirdos, but it can be uncomfortable. Also uncomfortable things. I have a Commode because sometimes I can't travel to the bathroom and it can be a bit difficult to get through at night time especially, so to avoid the risk of travelling and falling in the middle of the night, I have a Commode at the side of my bed so that I can just transfer on, which means the carers have to empty my commode, which means they see everything that I do in there, which can be embarrassing sometimes, because imagine having to have someone else just every time you went to the toilet, someone else just come over and like just peer in, you know, or have to empty it. It's just really a gross thing. Plus, sometimes if I use it quite a bit in the night and then it's next to my bed and it smells, that is no fun. You're welcome for that, too much information. It's really nice because it gives me extra independence, because I try to do as much as I can, but then I know that they're there if I need it, so people aren't doing things for me. I'm doing all the things that normal people would do. I just have someone there just in case, someone there to lift heavy pans and carry stuff through for me so I don't shake and have a, like, what are they called? Have a spasm and throw it across the room, which I did with my breakfast one day. It was no good. There was milk all over the floor. So it's really helpful in those ways, and to be able to get up and have help getting dressed, and it's so helpful. Also, because I see someone, sometimes I can have the same person like every day for a while, and because I see them every day, they become like friends, they become like part of the family, and it's so nice to get to know different people and see other people, and it's nice when people come so often that they know the routine, so I don't have to go, oh, can I have this? Can you like get a bowl of water so I can have a wash in bed because I'm too tired to go through to the bathroom and all that. They just know. They know exactly how I like my tea, which is a very important thing, because if you give me really milky tea, I may cry, because I enjoy a good strong cup of tea. So that's really nice. Occasionally you get the bad ones, ones who are always late, who rush through stuff and ask you so many questions and talk really, really fast that it stresses me out. Ones who just sort of stare at you and do this face a lot of the time, like they're constantly judging you and you don't know what you've done wrong. Ones where you say, hey, can you just do this slightly different? And they're like, oh no, I know what I'm doing. This is how I do it. And you're like, okay. You get new ones who haven't been taught anything. I had a new one the other day and I had no voice, and I got really stressed out because I couldn't explain to her what I needed her to do, because a lot of the time they do what they call shadowing. A lot of the time they do what they call shadowing. So someone who's been to the place a few times will take a new person there with them so they can see how it's done, and then it's easier. That doesn't always happen, especially in COVID times, so that can be very stressful. But a lot of the time it's pretty good. I don't have to pay for it because I don't really have an income, except like benefits, and I don't have enough on there to pay for carers, so the council pays for it, because they do an assessment of all your money. So I don't have to worry about that, and I get people coming in, they help me. Yes, it's embarrassing sometimes. Yes, for the first like year and a half or whatever, I was too embarrassed to tell anybody that I had carers, and now I'm like, yeah, I have care, so what? You know, because at first it was like, oh, but I'm not independent enough. I need to be like everybody else my age. I don't. You can't be anybody but yourself. And that is where I will end it, because what a positive way to finish. See you next time, when hopefully I'll have a voice and not be on antibiotics anymore. Bye bye, friends.